Welcome to kindergarten at Waterford Public School. Starting kindergarten is a very exciting time, and we are so happy to be welcoming our newest Wildcats to WPS. We hope that this virtual presentation is helpful to you as you begin to prepare your little one for school. In this video, we will talk about the importance of speech and language, we will share some info about what to expect in September, and we will also give you some helpful hints before you shop for school supplies. To start things off, let's talk about talk. In any building project, we know that establishing a strong foundation is an essential first step. But did you know that this rule also applies to how we learn and understand language? Reading and writing readiness relies on a strong foundation of oral language. In order to make sense of words and messages in print, we need to first be able to play with sounds and words orally. The more we listen and talk together, the richer our language experience becomes. Communication skills are essential for literacy development, behavior and self-regulation, social interactions, and academic success. Children that are getting ready to start school should be able to follow directions, including 3 or more steps, use sentences with correct grammar and word order, tell stories with a clear beginning, middle, and end, engage in complex imaginative play, and be understood by strangers almost all of the time. If you are finding that you need to interpret your child's speech to friends, family members, or neighbors, it's probably a good idea to get in touch with the support team at Lansdowne. They will do a free speech assessment to identify where your child is at in their language development. Junior kindergarten students that will be heading to school in the fall must be referred to Lansdowne before May 31st in order to qualify for these free services. We know that wait times for speech and language services can sometimes be long. If you would prefer to have your child seen by a private speech pathologist, we do have a number of service providers in the area. This complete listing has been provided for you in your Welcome to Kindergarten folder. And now for the topic we know you've been waiting for, what to expect in September. There might be a lot of questions running through your mind about what to expect in September, like which classroom will my child be in? What do I need to buy? When does my child actually start kindergarten? Well, let's see what we can do to help you with some of these questions. Before the end of June, our kindergarten team will work together to create class lists for the fall. So when do we pass this information along to you? That's a great question. When class lists have been finalized, and when we are given some additional information about startup in the fall, we will be getting in touch with you via email in mid-August. In this email, you will find out who your child's teaching team will be, your child's starting date for September, as well as any additional information that will help to make the transition to school a success. When school starts up in the fall, it's an exciting time for staff and students. But we also recognize that it can be an overwhelming experience for our newest learners. That's why in Grand Erie, we welcome our kindergarten students to school gradually. On the first day of school, only our SK students attend. It gives them a chance to get reacquainted with their friends and their classroom and get them ready for the start of another successful year. On the second and third day of school, we welcome half of the JK students to join the classrooms. They get to experience a whole day of school, but with only half the number of students. This is a far less overwhelming experience for their first day of school. On the fourth day of school, which happens to be Friday, September 6th this year, everybody comes to school for kindergarten. So what do I need to buy to get ready for kindergarten? Well, let's start off with a great backpack. This backpack needs to be big enough to hold things like a lunch bag, a water bottle, communication bag, extra clothes, maybe even a library book. So even though there are some really cute tiny backpacks on the market, Don't be tempted. They are actually not very useful for kindergarten. Try to aim for a medium-sized bag that will hold all the supplies that your child is going to need. Next up is a lunch bag. At school, we actually have 2 nutrition breaks. It gives our body a chance to get fueled up for learning at different points in the day. Your child's lunch bag will need to be big enough to hold food and drinks for a whole day at school. Reusable containers that fit into your child's lunch bag are a great way to help us reduce the amount of waste we have here at school. Have your child practice opening and closing their containers in the months leading up to kindergarten. And last but not least, indoor shoes. Your child is going to need a pair of athletic shoes that they can wear in our classroom as well as in the gym. Velcro shoes are definitely appreciated. Our kinders love to show us how independent they can be, and Velcro shoes allow them to be really successful. Well, that brings us to the end of this virtual presentation. We hope that we've answered some of the questions that you may have had about speech and language development, September, and of course, some kindergarten shopping. We are looking forward to another great year in kindergarten where we will work together as a community of learners, adapt to new experiences and activities, develop some fundamental math and language skills, and work through problems at work and play. Welcome to kindergarten. See you soon, Wildcats!